Well, good morning, everybody. Hey, it is Tuesday, February 28th, and it is Business Tip Tuesday nonetheless. And of course, it is the last Tuesday of the month, and I have been really just excited about sharing with you this spouse series that I've been working on. And you know, Matt and I are extremely just thankful for all the questions that you guys have given us, and we hope that we've provided you with a lot of great resources, a lot of good just communication topics, and hopefully from our experience, which I really do feel like, you know, God sort of put that in our lives. He put that struggle, that hardship in our life for a reason, because we were meant to learn from that experience, share that experience with you all, and of course grow from that too. So I can say, looking back, as hard as it was for us to go through sort of that lack of communication at the beginning, it has really made us the couple that we are today and the strong business owners that we have become. So today is the sort of the last week in our spouse series, but I'm going to kind of switch it up. And I'm going to share with you a little bit about what you can do as the business owner watching right now. What are the things that you can do to communicate more clearly the support you need, your goals for your business, so that everybody gets on that same page. So welcome, good morning. Thanks for being here. Hi, Mary Lou. I see that you sort of said hello this morning. So good morning. And then again, if you have questions, since we're kind of closing out spouse month and we're going to move into time management month in March. So make sure you ask any questions that you have below. So I just got back from LA. I was at the New Leader Conference, and I was sharing with the audience, I was sharing with the new and upcoming leaders of Team Beachbody about effective time management and life balance. That was one of the topics that I spoke on. And I really used a lot of my story with Beachbody and the hardships that we had gone through to sort of set the stage for people in the audience. And I will tell you, and maybe this is you know, I was bad at communicating what was going on inside of my head. So I knew why I was a coach. I knew that my role as this business owner was to help people achieve healthy and fulfilling lives. I knew that because I had had such great success with the programs and the products, that I wanted other people to feel the same way. That was my goal. My goal was to help people. My goal was to use social media as the vehicle, right? So it was to use my daily Facebook posts, to create a blog, to share information, and really just teach people that there was another way to lose weight besides having to go to the gym and get a gym membership. And yes, I wanted to make it my business, but I think at the beginning, I remember at the beginning, not being so concerned about the money, but being more concerned about just having a platform to share with people an alternative way to get to the end result, right? In just sort of because of me sharing, that was how I was going to enroll people in challenge groups. That's how I was going to make the customer sales. Now, my husband, on the other hand, did not understand the business model. So he did not understand my goals. He did not understand how that meant and sort of transcribed into an income. So for all of you that are sitting here watching right now, whether you are doing Beachbody as your company or you are using another network marketing company, I want you to think to yourself, have you actually sat down with your spouse and looked them in the eye and said, this business is important to me, and here is why? Have you actually sat down and said to them, like, these are my goals? And so, for example, when I first started out, the very first sort of incentive that I could take advantage of was the Success Club trip. It was a trip to Disney, and I knew that our family could never really, at the point in time that we were at, we couldn't afford to take our family to Disney. We couldn't afford for plane tickets, to stay on the Disney resorts, to go to all of the parks, to have the kind of experience we wanted to. We hadn't taken a vacation in 3 or 4 years. We had made those sacrifices. And so when I saw that the Success Club trip was Disney, all I could think to myself was, okay, in order to achieve Success Club, I have to help 3 to 5 people every month in challenge group. If I get 3 to 5 people, that will mean I will hit the Success Club requirement each month, which means if I do that for 12 consecutive months, help 3 to 5 people a month, new people, I can earn that trip for my family. Goal, done. And why was that so powerful to me? Because it had meaning. It had meaning to me. All I could think about was, when my kids walk into that Magic Kingdom, I'm going to be proud. I'm going to have a sense of pride. I'm going to have a sense of accomplishment, right? And then I thought to myself, it will help Matt to see that, okay, this business is giving back to our family. And that's our number one priority, is making sure our family's taken care of and their needs are met. I thought this will give me credibility. This will help him understand that my business is real if I can earn this trip. And every single day I would sit down to work and my screensaver on my computer was a picture of the Magic Kingdom. And all I could think to myself was help 3 to 5 people. And so what I did was I communicated that to Matt. I said, look, I really want to earn this trip. This is something I really want to do. And if I help 3 to 5 new people every month in a challenge group, we are going to get this trip for our family. And I think at first he was like, whatever. It didn't register because he didn't understand the business model. And so what I did was I made that my number one focus. And I said, look, when I sit down to work at the computer, my goal is to start a challenge group every month. My goal is to provide people with knowledge and information so they trust me. My goal is to have conversations with people and to help people, achieve their goals of living a healthy and fulfilling life by matching them up with a fitness program. And yes, while my business isn't brick and mortar, it's done through the computer and through the Challenge Tracker app and interacting with people on social media, this is what I'm doing. And every time I sell a challenge pack or every time somebody buys Shakeology, this is what our family gets. This is the commission we get. This is the benefit and rewards to me doing this. And so I communicated what the business was all about. And I said, every time I help somebody or every time they order their Shakeology, this is what it's going to happen. And I started to put that money into a fund, and it just went into a separate bank account. And so, Matt could begin to see the time that Melanie is spending on her business is being shown by the income. It's also being shown towards earning points towards this trip. And I would share that with him. Hey babe, we've earned X amount of dollars towards this trip. And then when we got the actual invite, I showed it to him. Oh my gosh, look what we earned. Then when it talked about like the travel cash, oh my gosh, look what we earned. Then when we actually physically went on the trip, and while yes, it was a sacrifice, we had to pay for those plane tickets to get there. But once we got there, and he saw it physically with his own eyes, saw the company, saw the mission, interacted with other spouses on that Success Club trip, talked to them, and they were like, oh yeah, my wife's on the computer too, or oh yeah, my wife, she does the same things. And he began to realize we're just not this isolated pod of people, just that I'm weird and I'm the only person in the world doing what I'm doing. He began to realize, I understand what this business is all about. There are other, great people, like good people that are a part of Team Beachbody that I want to be friends with. And he began to make friends and develop relationships. But I had to be the one to show him, and I had to lead the way before, and I had to create the vision. I'm the CEO of my business. So if I don't have a vision, if I don't have belief in myself, if I didn't show him through action, he isn't going to follow. Let's face it, you as the business owner don't instantly have credibility. You have to prove to the people around you that you are worth following. And so it's just not, hey, I signed up for this business and now everybody should follow me. No, you need to show people why they should follow you, why they should join you, why they should trust you, why they should invest their money in you and join the challenge group. You need to create that credibility. And if you don't have belief in yourself, you can't expect your spouse to support you. You can't expect your followers to invest in you. It comes from within first, and you have to have that confidence within to say, I will show you, I believe in my mission, I believe in what I'm doing, and I am going there. I am going to move forward. And then what happens is you prove yourself. You prove yourself by earning Success Club. You prove yourself by getting those challengers results, by having those success stories, by going on those Success Club trips and introducing your spouse to other coaches and allowing them to develop their relationships too. That's how it happens. It is not an instantaneous thing. It is you showing up and working hard every single day that is going to build that credibility. It is what you do in the dark. It is the behaviors and the sacrifices that you make when nobody else is looking is what is going to eventually have that success. process, right? So you have to remember that in this process, that communication of your goals, of the things that set your soul on fire, and then being able to take action and prove that the goals that you've communicated, you're actually going to take action to make them happen. That's what's going to be the end result. So communicate. And then the next thing too is your time. Your time management is key. If you want to have other people's support, your loved ones' support, when you sit down to build your business, there has to be a game plan there. So one of the things that I do is I know that I have X amount of hours to work my business. And right now, yes, I have my husband's support, but it's because I've proved myself. It's because when I shut the door to my office, I have a to-do list. Right? And today, this is my to-do list. My to-do list is on a sheet of notebook paper that I folded in half, and it's got my top 3 priorities on there that I want to accomplish in my day. And so if I didn't come in this office and do the priorities, the things that were going to move my business forward and produce results, and results I mean by income and volume and growth in my team, eventually Matt would say, your time is not getting us anywhere. You're spending all this time on your business, but you're not making any money. And so his trust in me would diminish and he would not support me. Or if every time he walked into my office, if I was on Pinterest or if I was shopping or if I was scrolling Facebook, he would eventually say, you know what, Melanie, you can watch the kids and you can cook dinner because you're not doing anything to move your business forward. He would be the one working and I would be the one staying at home. And so because I manage my time, because I have a to-do list and I'm focused on my priorities, and my priorities are things that are going to move me forward. I'm not playing. I'm not creating a blog. I am inviting and following up and creating content that's going to produce the results that are going to be needed to move my business forward. And so I ask you guys, when you sit down to do your business, do you know what your goal is? Do you know why you're working so hard to achieve a certain end result? Do you know what it's going to take to get there? And have you blocked out sufficient time in your day to get those activities done? So you do have to work from a list. You do have to show that you know what you're talking about, right? And you are going to actually produce results. And the bottom line is this. You have to remember that your spouse is an important part of this business too. So they need your attention. Your business hasn't become your only sole relationship. And I said this at the New Leader Conference. If somebody stripped away and said, hey, Melanie, you need to choose between Beachbody or your family, I would choose my family. As much as I love my business, as much as I love Team Beachbody, and I will make it work, and we will always make it work, I have to make sure that when it's time to spend time with my family, that I'm present with them, that I close that phone and I turn off my computer, I turn off those notifications, and I'm 100% present. Trust me, people can wait. And if they're not patient enough to wait a few hours for you to return their message, then they probably aren't the right fit for your business, because I'm not a short order cook. And yes, I will always check my messages multiple times a day and I will always be there. But when it is time to spend time with my husband and watch This Is Us and have, just our time together or go on a date, I'm not going to be answering messages, because I don't want to send the vibe to Matt that my business is more important than him. And so I have a hard start and stop in my business where I respect the boundaries. And even though it's non-traditional, even though I don't work a typical business day, the bottom line is that I respect the boundaries. I respect the relationships. There is a time and a place for everything, and everything will get done as long as I am focused on my priorities. So number 1, we got to communicate. Have you communicated your goals? Number 2, do you know what it's going to take to reach your goals? What are going to be the sacrifices that you're going to need to get there? Do you know what they look like? Number 3, are you working from a to-do list so that you are actually, doing the right business activities? And I guess number 4 would be, at the end of the week, are you actually evaluating to make sure that you are getting results? And last but not least, do you schedule in that unplugged time just for your significant other? All right, so that's what I got for you today. I really hope that this helps. If you guys have any questions at all about spouse support or communicating your vision or communicating your goals, please let me know. But guess what? Next week, We are going to kick things off for March, and we are going to be talking about managing your time. So don't forget to tune in. Don't forget to share this with other people. And as always, I just want to say thank you so much for supporting me and all the people that I met at the New Leader Conference. Every single one of you came up to me and said, thank you for doing those Business Tip Tuesdays. Like, I watch them every week and I really appreciate them. And that makes me feel good. And I'm so thankful that I can give back to the network. I can give back to other companies out there and other people that are trying to grow a business too. And that's just truly what I'm passionate about. So keep the topics coming. If you ever have a question, let me know. I will put it on the list and I'm happy to help. So anyways, have a great Tuesday and I will see you guys later. Bye. Take care.